How are alchemists making so much gold, crafting potions and flasks in the current market where a lot of the time it looks like we're making almost zero on the profit margins? That's what we're looking at today. This video may completely change the way you look at potion and flask crafting going forward, especially this expansion. In particular, we are looking at crafting the rank 3 potions and flasks in this video, but the lessons learned here could be applied to other professions as well. So before we look at the main min-maxy thing we are going to do in this video to sort of increase our profit margins by quite a lot, I'm going to go through the basic alchemy setup you should have, because if you haven't got that, then there's no point doing sort of the more advanced stuff, because it's not going to make a difference to your profit margins. You need the basic setup first. So that's what we're going to look at quickly. So like I said, this video is mostly concentrating on rank 3 potion and flask crafting. Therefore, you should have most of the setup that you need already. So of course, we need all the profession gear, rare and at rank 5, the tool with the multi-craft on it with the resourcefulness enchant. From a knowledge perspective, basically you need to make sure you have bulk production in flasks or in potions. And in addition to that, everything else you will need to have anyway. So you need alchemy mastery maxed out, you need all the herb maxed out, all that sort of stuff. You need it anyway to be at a point where you're crafting rank 3 potions anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. The only thing you need to really worry about is that you've got bulk production, because if you haven't got that, you've got absolutely no chance of being anywhere close to profitable in alchemy at the moment. The other thing you need to make sure you do is checking with finishing regions to make sure if they are going to increase your profit margins. When you are using these finishing regions, you need to make sure you are checking them, check their profitability in craft sim when you have full stack of potion spillover. So petal powder sort of increases the amount you get when you get multi-craft. But if you are crafting potions, then you get a huge amount of multi-craft from that potion spillover buff. So if you do it when you don't have any stacks, which is what a lot of people do, then you're not getting accurate numbers. This is actually better than it looks for potions. So if you have that 10 stacks of potion spillover, then your multi-craft's going to be much higher, and therefore the petal powder is going to be much better. So always check when you are at 10 stacks to see whether this is helping with your craft or not. Craft sim takes the cost of the petal powder into account. So if your profit goes up, then it's good. If your profit goes down, then you just don't use it basically. So the last point I'm going to make is about the goblin ratio. So this is not some big secret or anything. So the goblin ratio gives you +5 alchemy skill. Now this is actually quite big in alchemy, because what it allows you to do in rank 3 crafting in particular, it allows you to swap some rank 3 herbs for rank 2 herbs, and it can have a sort of quite a reasonable effect on the crafting costs, and therefore quite a reasonable effect on the profit margins that you are getting. Now obviously it's very difficult to do anything about this if you haven't already got a goblin and you don't really want to pay sort of a ridiculous amount of gold to do a race change, but I'm just adding this in there as another min-maxing thing that you can be doing. So I'm adding this in for completion more than anything else. So that is sort of like the basic things you need to be taking into account when you are crafting potions, flasks, phials, all that stuff in the war within at the moment. So the main thing we are looking at in this video is getting our rank 3 herbs for our alchemy, so for our potions and flasks in particular, and getting them cheaper. In some situations, it's a little bit cheaper. In some situations, it's quite a significant amount cheaper than people who are just sort of buying them off the open market. And obviously, if we are getting cheaper herbs to go into our crafts, then of course our profit margins are going to be much larger. And that's why sort of using this technique is going to make you a lot more gold with alchemy. Like I said, especially with that rank 3 crafting. Now, remember what I have said in previous videos when I've talked about vertical integration, sort of integrating all parts of the process to sort of cut your crafting costs as much as possible to make your profit margins as large as possible. Now, in herbalism, we get the ability to refine herbs. So that means you can turn sort of lower rank ones into higher rank ones. You can turn 5 rank 1s into a rank 2, or you can turn 5 rank 2s into a rank 3. And to get that final refining to turn your rank 2s into your rank 3s, then you need 40 points in bountiful harvests to be able to do that sort of that last step. Now, interestingly, because of how much demand there is for rank 3 stuff in the War Within, because of how the profession system is set up, so basically you need rank 3 stuff to be able to craft rank 3 stuff. And therefore there is a huge demand for rank 3 herbs, ores and stuff like that. Now what this means is that we have a situation by which there's probably not enough rank 3 stuff getting farmed sort of in the system in the current way we have profession set up. And you can see this if you've got a, like sort of a high level mining herbalism character yourself. Even when you have huge amounts of plus skill, you still do not get a huge amount of rank 3 stuff. So what you tend to end up with is on the auction house, then we tend to have a situation by which the price of rank 3 herbs, ore and stuff like that tends to be roughly about 5 times the price of a rank 2 plus a little bit more. So what this looks like, it looks like people are refining rank 2s into rank 3s and then just adding a little bit more on as their profit margin and their sort of 5% auction house cut. Now, usually, like I said, the differences are quite small, but on occasions they can be quite significant. So, for example, when I looked this morning, the auction bid was at 20 gold each for rank 2, and the rank 3 was 126 gold. So, if you buy 5 rank 2s at 20 gold and refine them into a rank 3, then your rank 3 herb is 26 gold cheaper, which, you know, is nice. But then if you think that if you're crafting something like a flask of alchemy or chaos that is using 8 of these at rank 3, then you've just saved yourself over 200 gold per craft just on that one herb by buying the rank 2s and refining them yourself. So you're going to repeat this process through all the herbs that you need. So is the crafting cost of 5 rank 2s less than the cost of buying a rank 3 from the auction house? And you will probably find on a lot of occasions that it actually is. And so if you repeat this process across all the herbs you need, you are significantly cutting down on your crafting costs, and therefore you are significantly increasing your profit margins. Now what you tend to find is they aren't all like the example I gave earlier where there's sort of a 26 gold difference between 5 rank 2s and the rank 3. But what you will tend to find is that, like I said, there's a very small profit margin plus probably an auction house cut. Now, even if you was only saving yourself like the 5% auction house cut across all the herbs you are doing, then you are basically, effectively, cutting your cost of your herbs by about 5% there. Now, that might not sound sort of like absolutely amazing, but you think a lot of alchemy crafts at the moment are running at sort of 5% or less profit. So by doing this yourself, you could effectively be sort of doubling your profit margins. And like I said, occasionally you're going to get it where it's going to be sort of a lot more than the 5, 6, 7% that you are gaining from doing all this process yourself, rather than just buying the rank 3 herbs directly off the auction house. So that's basically it. That's how you can cut your crafting costs down significantly. And like I said, for alchemy in particular, because it's using a lot of these materials, then that's what it's most useful for. But you can use this across sort of any profession that you really think that it's relevant for. I also think it's really quite lol that we've ended up in a situation where it's probably base to be herbalism and alchemy, and that just sort of makes me really laugh, to be honest, with all the memes about that. So hopefully this video does help you guys out a bit. Now, in the coming days, like you do see every time I release a video like this, you're going to see other channels out there basically just copy pasting the video, you know, in an effort to sell their own gold guides. So if you want to see the things first, then obviously subscribe to this channel. But better than that, join the community Discord that we've got in the description below. This video was purely inspired from a conversation on that Discord. So you tend to see things pop up on there before you see them pop up on a video. So subscribe to me first if you want to see it on YouTube first. But if you want to see it before that, then join us on the Discord. So you've got Weeboo to thank for this video, because it was our conversations back and forth that sort of inspired this video that's going out to the community. And hopefully this video will help you guys who I know are struggling with alchemy, like I said, to be able to make some gold from it going forward. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.